Okay. So a few minutes ago, me and the guys were even yarning that where we know Sultan from is one TV show. I thought it was AIT, but Tunde said it was MBI, where you were dropping, where you used to drop rhymes. So all these Sister Kate, I took her on a date. She chopped me 10 plates. That was the first place I saw Sultan, and this was before Jagbajantis, I think. I think it was way before Jagbajantis. Right.
Very good. This is the first time I've come on TV to do that rhyme stuff. Was on a show called Comedy Tonight. That show, it was run by a lady called Ronnie Dico. And what she did for comics was she would give you the opportunity to bring your own script. If you have like 3 or 5-minute skits, you know, she would pay you for every skit. So every episode, if you say, I don't write 5, she just give you your money and then you perform and then you go. That's how she was getting her content. The likes of me, Mr. Ibu, back then, it was not Mr. Ibu. Joe Swag, a lot of these guys. Man, get out of here. All of us.
Wow.
I like 50 years with vampire face.
You know, so back then, we were just, you know, I met all these guys and it was just madness. Every time they would cut because they were making people laugh every day. So what he did was give us money for our talent, and it was really very encouraging. So that kind of like got me going. And when I wanted to shoot my mathematics video, what I did was I went to her. I said, Madam, I would need this or that. You know, I borrowed 1 or 2 equipments from her. And then, of course, from Tajidin Adepetu, the owner of Sound City.
Yeah.
I used one of his directors as my director, as a person that had my camera, because my brother directed it. But I collected I collected camera from Tajidin Adepetu back then, before Sound City started, you know, and I taught mathematics. Mathematics, you know, the rest is history. I'm 20 years deep in it now, and everything just like yesterday. It seems like yesterday.
That song supposed to be national anthem because all of us in this country, we all know the lyrics. We know the lyrics A to Z.
You know, this life is a funny place. It's a funny place, trust me. I'd already wanted to give up on that song, and I was going around with my CD then before I shot the video. I'd go to people to listen to it. So I went to some bros like that I respected in the game, and what he told me was, I'm going to think about subject people know like. I'm going to think about subject where people know like mathematics. And the guy was just he bashed the jam.
I can relate totally.
He had a point.
You know, he bashed the jam. So I was like, man, that's me. I'm always I feel like what's going on in my mind, because I'm an introvert and I don't talk too much. I can't share with you my bigger picture every time. So I kind of like scratch this stuff for you, but I would want to keep the burden of explaining. I won't save myself with that burden. So I was like, okay, maybe when it materializes, you now understand what I was meaning. So I kept going. I remember one instance, LD Extra Large used to work on Rhythm FM. He told me he called me one day and said, yeah. It was like, yo, Sultan, man, this is your song. I was playing it, and I won't call the person's name. Hit me on the back. I said, stop playing that song. They hit him on the back and told him to stop playing the song. That was before my album came out, before the video came out. So when he told me down to kind of like give me another deep into the waters of uncertainty. So I just said, which kind of nonsense be this now? And I know they get the message. This situation with this, so fella don't die. Well, people need to be talked truth. So I kept going. I was like, okay, these people don't understand it. I understand the fact that the truth is bitter. So henceforth, moving on with my message, I would always want to put some fun into it as the sugar. Let the humor be the sugar, you know. So when you are eating it, the message will be the last thing you think.
Yes. While you're having fun, the message will enter small.
Yes. You know, so that's how I said, okay, I'm not going to shoot this video with adults. I'm going to use kids. Maybe when they see kids reenacting what they do.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant. Was a brilliant idea.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And I used to watch some on, I think it was Sesame Street. You would see one frustrated teacher coming. Oh, I can't even. He'll be running all the way from the school, running all the way. Then halfway, he'll meet the new teacher that's coming in. The new teacher will be like, "What's going on there?" He'll be like, "No, nothing's okay. Everything's fine." Then he still continue his madness. They don't now go into the top and see that class now madness. So I got that idea from that skit in Sesame Street. And, you know, I just kind of like turned it to something else. I had always heard Jagbajantis, Penkelemes. But for me, I said, okay, this Jagbajantis, I have to make meaning of it. Yes, it's a word used to describe rubbish, but trust me to find an acronym, you know, that fits every little.
Bro, how do you know that acronym? That name long that name long
Justice against gorillas, baboons, animals, and jaguars. So my music was having a justice against all the gorillas and baboons and animals, the jaguars and national thieves in our society.
Wasted day.
Wasted day. They don't even born. Say,
They don't get baby gorilla.
They don't teach junior team.
They don't get baby,
because
baby gorilla.
All the messages in bod mass. Everything we were trying to say in bod mass, till today, still relevant.
Still valid, yeah.
For accountability, if you want to chop money, I beg take it easy.
No easy.
I don't talk stop. I don't talk say stop. I say take am easy. I want man
take am easy. Take am easy.
You know,
take am easy.
You know. So, then people used to ask me, this young man, use your youth well now. Can't be you defy government from this age. You know, because I start young. I start at 24. You know, I do my thing in fact, way before 24, because I remember vividly that I was performing from 1995. 1996, I was on stage in Aberdeen. We won the Lekki Suspect. He won it, but I was backup for him. 1999, I won Benson and Edges grabbed the mic. You know, so all those times when I was on stage in 1997 and 1995 and 1996, I was just 20. You know, I was just 20 years old then. I was just 20 years old. So imagine 20-year-old boy, everybody they mind to born government. 20, everything that they write now to government. In 1999, I remember my song Geng Geng. That was the song I was listening to. They come again, oh, Geng Geng. Kaki Montagbada begin, Geng Geng. God promote Abati, Geng Geng. I call it. You know, so for me, I kind of felt maybe I was way ahead of my time, but I managed to, sail through like that. People would always say that. I didn't take that as a compliment. I always, when you say I'm ahead of my time, I try to, get into that spaceship and come back so that people can understand what I'm doing.
Yeah, the person can understand.
So then I remember releasing a song, an album titled "Back from the Future."
Yeah.
Back from the Future was because people were always like, some things that you do is ahead of your time. I'm like, okay, I'm back from the future, and it's not pretty. From what I'm seeing, it's not pretty. Let's still work hard to make this nation greater. And look at everything that's going on in the world at large. Everything is going crazy. You know, we can't explain, and we derive so much what is it, street cred, or I don't know what to call it now, from being ignorant or just not wanting to know the real thing. Because you that come out with some real facts, they'll look at you like you're just being too serious, or you start too much, or they can't dig up your dirt and say, you can. That's all, you know, and then everybody keep moving with their day job. You know, so what I've been able to try to do with my career is just, you know, say some truth. And when I see that, it be like, say, these people, they think, say, now only government that they bash, I go bash the people too. You know, that kind of thing. So for me, it's more like I'm just telling a story of my career, telling my own story, and you know, in relationship with the world at large. I've done 8 albums now because I just dropped my album like 4 days ago.
Yeah.
It's really enjoying a lot of spins. Big shout out to all my fans and my standing fan, my ceiling fans, all the fans. I can't help but, you know, marvel at the joy, the encouragement, and the followership over so many years. You know, sometimes brings tears to my eyes to know that people still love to hear from me with all the whiskeys and the Davidos and, you know,
Yeah.
so many.
Because the album was packed, though. You had Whiskey, Sultan, I am sorry. You had Whiskey there, Peruti, all these guys.
Yes,
Like,
And that Peruzzi jam is great.
thank you so much. Thank you.
You can still command all these guys and they can still be like, man, let's jump on this album.
Yeah.
No,
So after mathematics, I think that was when you signed with Kenny's Music, right?
Yeah.
What was that
After
Kenny's Music journey like?
what that was a transition that I made. I think I broke a record, but you know, I didn't bring it to the limelight for people to understand what I did. What I did was I was working with Dove Entertainment, Nelson Brown.
Yeah, Nelson Brown.
Yeah.
Nelson Brown. Kole.
Nelson Brown. Nelson Brown. You know, so Nelson Brown, wonderful guy, great producer, and you know, I just don't know. The guy is just, I think he's underrated in the industry, but he did a lot for this industry. He did a lot.
Yeah.
He brought the likes of Plantation Boys, brought the likes of Defo Clan, you know, Shoki, Baba Fry, all these people. He was producing for all of us. And we were within that axis, you know, the first Akajikule, you know, those are axis. And what Nelson Brown did was when he found me at one of the pre-award shows, he was like, wow, this guy, you're talented. Come, let's just do 1 or 2 tracks and see where that goes. And that's how we started working. We work, you know. He's been a studio rat. He's not always in the market, but he uses his resources to, you know, make sure that you get the job done to a certain level. So for me, I felt like after the success of my first album, I'd outgrown that program, that whole system. And I told him, I said, look, we can do a bit more than what we're doing. So I said, Kenny's Music have been approaching me, but I will never leave you high and dry, you know. So let's go together to Kenny's Music. We'll strike a transitional deal, 2 bodies of work, one being my video CD, then the other being my second album. So the second album, if you look at the credit, was to Dove Entertainment and Kenny's Music. That was the first time 2 record labels would collab. And I made sure, I don't like burning bridges. And it's what I told a lot of cats out here. All they do is just they don't find a way to resolve and, you know, make ends with people that were there to trust in you and believe in your career or believe in your talent from the get-go, from the jump. So for me, it was more like me wanting to look out for Nelson Brown, you know, and also find a way for us to have resources to shoot videos and do all that. So that's what we did. So Nelson Brown, we still spoke yesterday. everything is fine. But cats are nowadays, what else do is just burn bridges and move to the next. But you see, the thing I always say about that is, no matter what agreement you had an agreement. You open your two eyes, you go sign the agreement. So when you be nobody or rock bottom, and somebody see you, just carry one couple, invest in that your nobodiness. You need to
Yeah.
appreciate that. You need to appreciate that person, and you need to show every every ounce of appreciation in every move you. Don't just say it by mouth, I appreciate it, and then you go do not something else. Be calling the person out that the person is. Do something. If at all in a vex, yes, make an vex, but make an agree on something, sign something of like an addendum to to appease the person or give them soft landing after you don't sign with those other people. So for me, I've tasted a lot of people being ungrateful and all that, but I don't let down and face me because I feel like every moment I show anger at somebody else's progress, it pinches me. Like I don't like insecurity, so I feel like I'm exposing some sort of insecurity. So I just let you go, and and see what comes out of that if that be the case. So for me, 20 years, I have no regret. I call myself about no regret, because I have no regret whatsoever, and I just feel like I feel new. I feel new every time I just come on stage. I feel new. So all these new guys that you see, obliging to be on my tracks and everything, is because I respect myself. I need to pass myself. Humility is a great thing. It makes you accessible from every point. If I tell you the story of how I met a lot of big artists now when they were nobody, and how we have a story, it's so funny and it's so jaw dropping.
I
Like,
mean, give us one
how
interesting one. I mean.
so many, so many. It's not just one. I just
I
found
will
out
keep it
one.
like that.
I just found out one recently, and it was the one that told me himself. Like, okay, when I used to go to Port Harcourt for events, um, I'd already met Timaya. I was like a coach on a talent show that he was on as a contender. So the finals day, they were supposed to perform for us to judge and everything. So he lost his voice. That's the man. I lost his voice, and he was just crying. And I'm like, look, nobody's going to win this today. Nango, Nango, Nango win for life. So I took him on it. I took him. We strolled. Me and W4, we strolled, and I spoke with him. That don't worry, any which way we will be. Everybody they hear, all of them they fear you. From which I hear, they would pass all of them. But your voice don't go now. Now you go the crack joke for us. They say because they talk. Now your voice don't go. So for me, I feel like that Timaya that I saw back then is the Timaya I operate with till tomorrow. A lot of people have the wrong impression of Timaya, but I see him as someone that's very emotional and is always guarding his emotion. He just the like that, and that's how as always been. So now, the person that just told me about our story said, "Oh, Baba, you came for one show in Port Harcourt, and Timaya opened for W4 before W4 opened for you." I'm like, "Okay." Uh-huh. He said, "That show, na me serve na drink." I said, "What?" Timmy Dakolo.
No way.
Okay, yes, wait.
No way.
Yes, wait. Now let me mess you up again. I was empty for Benson and Edges. All these people are great people today because they did all what they did. Like you see them at the vulnerable point. Like you'll be like, this guy wants this. You know that this guy, Timmy Dakolo tried his best to be on stage that day. He was telling the organizer they were just looking at me. I'm gonna go serve drink. No, I can't.
Wow.
The other person, I was recording with him the remix of my song, and it was like, Baba, I be like, say, you don't know, say we don't meet. I said, ooh, again, where I met you again. Now I was Benson and Edge's host MC for 2 years running, and we went around the nation to look for talent. So I was in a new group, and the guys that came on stage to perform were called the Comedians. a group comprising of Mr. Raw and Clint the Drum. So they were the ones competing together. I remember after this guy told me, I remember vividly. I remember his face. I just put his face to it. Like I was just like this for minutes. Like I was looking at him like, ha, now you be that boy, we get booked. Now this is what happened. Benson Energies sponsored the show, so they didn't allow anybody below the age of 18 to step on the stage. And the keyboardist was 15 years old. You know, some skinny yellow boy that today has turned out to be Flavor was the guy that did last time.
Wow. No way.
I'm telling you this one, not be say they use and brag. They let people, like I always tell a lot of guys, like look at Flavor today now. Look at, you know, so sometimes you go through some things and then you'll be like, it's the end. Just shut up. Don't know people that have been hit the hardest. So Flavor was there. He used to play like one-man band with keyboard. He was good. He was everything, but you couldn't allow him to step on the stage because the organizers were like, they'll call from my head. Oh, this boy is looking too young for a cigarette company sponsored show. So they didn't allow him. So I was back there, I was just talking to him like, no worry. You know, and that was his own story. Of course, I'm sure you guys know the P Square story. So I'll jump that one.
I beg, give us, I beg.
I beg.
Then I Google them.
No.
Now this investment is what they do. I just get, you know, so.
But yeah, we know P Square won that.
We had finished auditions in Jos. We had finished audition in Jos, and we were about to go to the hotel so that we'll get ready for the show proper at night. I just saw these boys. They jumped the fence actually to get in because it was already closed and it was about to rain. So we were like, they didn't come. They came before the audition. The guy was like, that was the bros that used to organize. That used to be like a stage manager. It was like, no, we can't have you guys on stage again. Trust me, I saw that I was crying. I was like, okay, bros, no go give them 3 minutes. If we go, no give them. A guy said, no. Say, you now self, why not come late? And you see the drummer, no there, and they just they talk like I just see somebody they run, come ring with stick. Is that your drummer? I say, is that drummer? I say, oh yeah, bros, just give them 3 minutes, please. So they now agreed. So they got on stage, 3 minutes. Oh yeah, 3 minutes, go, 3 minutes. And so then they run, go. Trust me, I'd never seen anything like that because it was a live band thing. It wasn't only just them. You bring like a whole full band. And most of the contestants, when they get on stage, they need like 2-3 minutes to tweak instruments, do this and that. So while we're even just say, hey, come on, boys, man, I'm ready. Man, they ready. That. Next thing, we just see full
orchestra.
Full orchestra. I just say, we don't see the P Square, they don't go, bang, dance, everything. I swear, people that were going to the hotel, everybody was turning back. All the crew and everybody was like, who are these ones? When that stage manager just say, Atini winner, Vale. We don't find our winner. Say, if you don't allow them, you go see winner. You know, that's my story with P Square. From then on, we've been very close and all that. When we got to Lagos, so it was that Benson Edges they won, and they got signed to Benson Edges, blah blah blah. So yeah, that is P Square. Of course, I no go talk this one, but I go talk another one because
I know talk down. We don't want to talk now. Let me hear down.
Because that one everybody know now. Everybody know.
Which one?
Now why you tell us we know?
Drop whiskey. I go say the name drop. I don't tire for that one.
I beg. We need these stories, man. No documentation.
No, but whiskey don't. I don't talk. I'm tired now. Himself don't talk. So hold it down. Me and Olamide, there was one day I was called for an event by my friend Shegun Defila to come perform at Motherland then, where Lagbaja is perform.
Yeah.
I had 2 shows that day. So I said, okay, let me just breeze in quickly, perform and leave. So as I performed, a friend of mine said, listen to this one. I want you to listen to one, but okay, I'm in a hurry. But I just stood at the gate and was listening to the boy. Come on. When Olamide burst finishing, my head, I was like, what the hell is this? So I called him. The sugar and called him. I was standing at the gate. I was in a hurry. I was at the gate, waited for him. And when he got to me, he was the one that was explaining this to me that, hey, Monty, a mini boy, and you have fun. Oh, okay. I just encourage him. You see, it goes a long way. Just one liner from somebody that
Yeah.
you're made, and then you're telling this guy that, look, I've not heard anybody like you. You don't sound like that green. That green just died then. And I was like, you, that green was 50 cents. You are lowing. You're different totally. And I was just telling all that. And that's why he just stuck with him. You know, so for me, I just feel like all these are swollen-headed celebrities. Just remember when you were nobody too. And, you know, act right to, you know, people, giving compliments to people doesn't take anything from your own shine. You know, just all of them they do like say now school evil spirit. And the way that they use the film now, it is scare me self. Like say we know they famous.
I
The way
swear.
that they use the film, it be like saying a spiritual realm then they no feel land for floor. You know, there's so many stories I'll tell you. Asha, you know, if I tell you Asha was my, in fact, I adored every little bit of her, and she did as well because she was like, whoa, but by any time, let's just vibe, you know. She would carry out, she had one 2K car like that. She and Janet, the car they give them wala. I remember one day they came and meet me at the stadium. I said, I'm here. And let's just vibe now. Do you have your guitar? I have my guitar. So they came with the 2K car, the 2K car can spoil for the stadium. Ah, like, this girl, why I can't say I'm not going to come to this stadium. That's how Asha is somebody I can, in fact, she was just too marvelous. Even at that time, you know, you would see that she wanted, you know, she knew what she wanted. We were both performing at French Cultural Center every now and then. She started learning French. I'm like, French where they learn? She said, yes, now, because she won't go this France. I'm like, okay, that's good. You know, I remember one day that we rehearsed. In fact, remind me, I rehearsed somewhere close to where somebody else said he knew me from, another star, and that gave him a very wonderful impression of how a star should be. Now I'll explain. Let me finish Asha's. On the day she was supposed to perform at French Cultural Center, after we had rehearsed everything in Ogba, and then we went for the show, the guys now didn't come through. The band guys, so she was crying at one side. They just sit down here, calm down. They come, you know, this me too. I go through this with my band. I was just telling her everything. Like very soon the guy now came. He was not even remorseful. I was like, you see what I'm saying? It's about you. It's not about the band. You can go there and perform with that. Blah blah blah. That was Asha. We chopped it up several. You know, I have a picture of. She said she wanted to dress like me. She said, Baba, that your video Kilo Day. I love it. All the costumes you wore in that video, that's what I want us to wear on stage. So that's how she dressed. If you see the dressing, I'll still search online on Facebook maybe and see that picture. It's just funny. So yeah, now I said we have somewhere in Ogba. So I wanted to shoot my pictures, a photo shoot. I went to Ogba, to a certain place to shoot my pictures. The most popular picture of Sultan online was shot by a very popular guy. Because every time it just Sultan, you just see me wear one camel cap with them turn backwards like this. That they look like that picture. Now 3 years ago, now here Adekunle go tell me say na snap.
Whoa. Whoa.
I tell you saying I go break when I begin telling my story.
I was waiting for TY. I don't know for some reason.
I tell you, so this life is for me. I learned a lesson in all this. I learned a lesson with all this, and it was like he was not the person that was supposed to snap, but he was still trained there. When he said, okay, that I received him well, and I said, okay, let's give it a shot. And I said, my brother, me, I know no be act. You have to. I think it's my parents. They don't teach me to respect everybody regardless. So this fame of it, not be him the way me, I made the way, and I feel offer him anytime I need to. So it's the thing I try to teach a lot of people out there. This fame, being a shout, nothing they to look at it now. How far can fame help you now? I all sat in boxes, just trying to stay alive. Where's the fame? Even the fame they put you for a while now, because everybody go ask you if you know if you give. What are you famous for?
Yeah.
Why you don't go studio? You got to call studio because this story is annoying. As if you don't have time.
Yeah.
What are you famous for? So me, I have more stories. If you believe, I have more stories about all the people that I'll just be like, wow, that says a lot. That I've been in this game for a minute. So I thank God that it's not bad stories they tell about me. It's not that this guy they formed that time. You know, I just thank God. Say I respect myself and just do my thing. So every time you call on a new cat, oh, let's do a song. For whiskey, you just tell me, Baba, every year more give them one. Every year more just give them one. More give them one. The whiskey zone, I don't talk about it. But every year, because I just feel like this world, you don't ever know. You never ever know what this person will become tomorrow. You never. So I'm the person I can relive that moment when Whiskey called me on the phone and said, I'm the one you met at OJV studio. I'm like, okay, bring your CD. Do you know Satellite Town? Bring your CD to Satellite Town. After MP3 no dinner. The next day, the guy bring his CD. Small, if you see how small he was then. Only that story, sha. But look at Whiskey.
How's Babadi doing, man?
Babadi is great. He's in Sweden. And Babadi.
Yeah, Babadi is an abroad guy now.
Yeah.
He's not an abroad guy per se, but he's someone that he likes the Igbo lifestyle. Because he don't like stress, he don't like fears. If it content with some kind. So it's better man just go for a system where he no need to lose his head when somebody do something stupid and in a short up when somebody's doing, because Nigeria the system has to be no lie. And his whole family is there, so it's good. As a kid that plays basketball really. Now this boy plays for the Swedish national team.
Oh, that's hot, man.
The kid has been trying. In fact, Barcelona call him for trials for basketball. He's tall. He's just 15 years old. Yeah. So he's there managing that kid. But that boy, sky is not the limit to an NBA.
Man.
But he's doing good. Shooting. He has a soap opera on Swedish TV as well. He's directing.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Sultan, you saved the ball. You saved the ball that year.
Yes, you run for blood.
Still,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I know like
Let me not bust your brain. Let me bust your brain. I bought the Sound Sultan as Sprite before it first started. That counts. We don't go know. We don't go together well. Why?
Which year?
It's been long. Maybe like 2000. Like that time I was still like I come from Suliri. We come to that Sprite court that first start.
Yeah. That time, now around that time, going this guy the ball now. The ball for there.
We did ball well that time. Like people like, man, this guy.
See, like I tell you now, this
Two
one.
things
This
I
one
don't know.
I went
Okay.
to perform at Milo Kids Basketball. Milo Kids basketball is in camp at the stadium. As I perform, finish like this, all the kids from the stands, the one I just run. You know, guys, when all of them. As I run, I don't make them to my car, JJ. That was way back. I don't make them to my car. And as I just want to enter, as I want to enter my car, some two boys just bring their t-shirt. Two black boys. I'm like, hey, boys, I said, please just sign. Just sign. I said, just for two of you. This thing no be film, no be joke at the crack. And so just bend down with marker, they just sign for them two shirts like this. As I raise my head, like 100 children don't come. 100 children don't fool around me. Like I was like, oh my God, where did I sign for these boys? I can't try and make up my door, everything don't be chaotic. So I just had to sign some few more and then run. Now, guess who those boys?
I'm every day.
They say they keep that shit. Say they now when they call an younger brother.
No way.
And I remember those boys. And the cool and his younger brother. And then without small.
We are going to have it.
When some things happen,
Like, wow.
You so they wait for anybody. I know they did surprise. So when somebody just tell me,
I think it's off.
Yeah, shit.
What are we gonna do?
Down to the studio, man.
My stories every day, just to be like, wow, I just thank God. Every time I get that story, I just thank God for Johnny Messi. Life is a journey. You know that kind.
That's so.
Yeah, I see the ball. I mean, the ball that year. I know they like it.
Yeah, you still
I see the ball.
And people don't know that Sultan is full of bars. A lot of people don't know that he rap like he actually has bars for days.
I rap. I still start. So you know, only
freestyling. I'm pretty sure you're freestyling.
Yeah, and I rap at start. Me, I don't even know how to sing before. I they write music. I they write R&B, write raga, write any genre. I just write plenty of stuff for my lyric book. But rap was my first love. Because me, I was a 90s, guy. So to say, it was then I started my own guyness. The 90s where the hip hop was everything. The likes of Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Das Effect, all them likes, Loves of the Underground, Busta Rhymes, the Alcoholics, leaders of the new school, all those rap.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah.
I think the best rap school without the 90s and early 2000s.
Yes,
now. Notice.
No, but now, that's what they do.
Yeah, we are still going to have you in the studio. This because we have to keep this format short, but we are still going to come to the studio. You are still going to give us all these stories. We need like a podcast type sit down. We need it, man.
That's shaky.
Your new album, Eight Wonder, where can people get it if they want to like listen?
Yeah, you can. I'm not going to share with you the illegal sites, but the legal sites, Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes, Deezer. You can get it on Boomplay in Nigeria. You can get it on UdoX. Yeah. So go ahead.
This is your 8th studio album.
Yes, sir. 8th studio album.
That's so impressive. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
That's a lot.
Did you still take on? Did you still take on?
Oh yeah.
The government song, all those
yes.
that we know. Yes. You never stopped taking on the government.
No, I never stopped. I said because people know they play them for. Get one song where I do shoot video. No grip play them. It's called Temporary Don't Turn to Permanent. they no grip them. In fact, the video, everybody run from the video. You know. So, so I know say these people, there are so many hypocrites for our industry now. Really, and they bankrolled by people with the government. I don't know why. It can't be like say they don't want the support the motion. But
Yeah.
for the album, definitely you need to listen to the song with Fouls the Bad Guy. That one is called In Case You See My People Tell Them See a Halo on Code. All these people still they fail. You need to go listen to it. It's a mad jam.
Did you rap? Did you rap there too?
No, I was just sing rapping.
Okay, yeah, Fouls. Okay.
I left the rapping to Fouls the Bad Guy.
Let me
But I want
give you
to drop
guys
my
one
own
of
mixtape, rap mixtape.
Yeah, for
you
it.
have one coming.
I will drop that. Yes, definitely.
Fantastic. I was gonna say that I want to talk about one of my favorite Sultan moments about taking on the government in one of the songs where he go talk about clipodology. And then Babadi is in the dialogue. He said, no, Babadi say, no, but this man chop other people. And Sultan say, this man intention, they play as simple. What of people where they keep for treasure? What of people where they keep for pleasure? What of people where they keep for pleasure?
With the money or the day where they don't take before. You know, that's you sabi. Oh my God.
What's that song again? What's that song?
Chris Ward.
Chris Ward, yes.
Chris Ward,
I
yes. I said that Chris Ward
remember
again.
And the video was so.
The video. Then at the end,
video,
you now
let
have
me tell
the
you
black,
about
the red thing going up,
That
and
was
it now
blood,
goes kilo
blood. You know, that was
legend,
blood.
legend.
My blood with that, where does it go? And funny thing about that day,
My blood, I know.
we went to shoot the video in Isaleko, Broad Street. Yeah, we shot in Broad Street. And my area boys won't finish us.
Lagos Island.
Normal.
The crane, as we just finished, the crane they inside one drum like this. Once we don't see one boy, the roll am go in house.
Of G trick.
Never follow us. Just the roll am go in house. That was fun. That was a fun video. There are so many cameos there that a lot of people don't know. That Basket Mouse was there. Basket Mouse was there. A lot of, in fact, I think one. Can't remember which artist told me that I was on the set of my video. I want Chris again. I said, which video again? I said, Chris, well, now go look up. I'll go look up now. I'll go watch Chris Ford again to be sure of what he said. Until I come and I don't confirm, then I will tell people.
Okay, before you talk out, okay. You won't confirm before you talk out. Okay.
All right, man. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. We're still going to have an extended version of this.
Somewhere.
Songwriting legend. Let's not forget.
And comedian too. And comedian too, because Baba they crack joke for days.
What man go do? I know. I thank God say I don't keep my talents, my other ones, because if you want box yourself, you know, many of my albums, if you listen to the title, I really talk about, you know, me and, you know, my experience. I like out of the box. It's not bad to be out of the box. Sometimes they make you look like, oh, you go hear some way they do award, and we don't know what your styles, don't know what category to put you, my brother. Leave your award for yourself. I don't need your award if you don't understand my style. So that's the reason why I write my album out of the box. You know, I feel like I know if you feel like alien if you don't get the facts that if you do all these things.
Yeah, sure.
Like I tell a lot, but like when they meet me on the basketball court, oh my God. Till now, when I be 44, when I on ball, at the cool down ball, some of them won't mark me like musician where they play basketball.
I say, calm down, calm down.
I say, it better make you mark me like basketball where they be musician. Okay.
All right, guys.
All right, thank you, man.
Thanks.
Thank you,
boss.